Oh, darlings, you simply must have seen it. The latest truth bomb from Fleet Street, disguised as a compliment, was a masterpiece of unintentional hilarity. A royal correspondent described Prince William as a man with a vision, specifically the vision of an over-enthusiastic work experience arborist let loose in the ancient forests of the monarchy. There he is, our Wills, handed a metaphorical chainsaw and told to tidy up a bit. But instead of a careful trim, he's revving it up with the glee of a teenager who's just discovered power tools. It's supposed to sound decisive and modern, but honestly, it sounds like a catastrophe waiting to happen. The PR machine wants us to see a bold reformer, but what we get is a chap in a hard hat, looking at a magnificent old oak and thinking, you know what this needs? Fewer branches. The narrative is less about strategic pruning and more about the sheer joy of making a big mess. This Chainsaw King persona is the perfect metaphor for royal PR. They're trying to sell us strength and control, but the language paints chaos. It's like calling your chef a genius because he sets the kitchen on fire for smoky flavour. Prince William, the accidental lumberjack of Windsor, isn't just trimming dead wood. He's taking a run at the prize-winning roses and the ancient wisteria holding the whole facade together. Courtiers scurry behind, trying to glue the leaves back on, pretending this was all part of the plan. So modern, so decisive. It's a farce, glorious, revealing, and utterly chaotic. The palace PR strategy for William is like watching someone build a sandcastle during a hurricane. They want us to see a revolutionary king, but the more they push, the more he resembles a toddler with a permanent marker in a room full of antiques. There's a lot of enthusiastic scribbling, but no coherent plan. They say he's ripping up the rulebook, but which rules? The details are always suspiciously vague. It's like a child fixing the TV by hitting it with a plastic hammer. Intention is there, execution is chaos. William's reforms, as presented, seem to be just doing things differently for the sake of it. The PR spin is all sizzle and no steak, a beautifully wrapped box that, when opened, contains only a puff of glitter and desperation. The headlines scream, "Bold new vision," while the actions are either minor or random. He's not carefully cutting a snowflake. He's just snipping at the curtains because the sound is satisfying. The palace wants us impressed by the noise, but most of us are just watching with amusement and alarm. Who left him unsupervised with the good shears? The illusion of reform is more entertaining than convincing. The palace loves the storyline of William's slash and burn approach to the monarchy. They want him to sound like a ruthless CEO, but the imagery is all wrong. Slash and burn doesn't conjure a careful strategist. It's a man with a flamethrower running through a field, cackling. It's not about precision. It's about destruction. Instead of a visionary leader, he sounds like a loose cannon. You don't slash and burn a delicate institution. You renovate or restructure it. This choice of words shows how palace messaging backfires. They want strength, but end up with instability. It's the difference between a surgeon with a scalpel and a maniac with a meat cleaver. The palace shouts, "Behold the man with the meat cleaver," and we all back away slowly. People don't want a revolutionary or a CEO. They want stability and continuity. By framing William as a corporate raider in a crown, they're selling ice to Eskimos, and the ice is on fire. The strategy is so counterintuitive it's become a spectacle. The monarchy's unique selling point is predictability, not pyrotechnics. The palace's PR genius lies in its unintentional comedy. They operate with such earnestness that when they get it wrong, it's pure slapstick. The briefings meant to build William's image often do the opposite, windows into panic and confusion. Articles about William's master plan are filled with grand statements, but astonishingly empty. It's all corporate buzzwords, leveraging synergies, future-proofing the brand. The best part: these serious pronouncements are immediately undermined by candid leaks. One week, he's the calm statesman. The next, he's shouting and pacing because of his brother. The official story is serene control, but the whispers are chaos and frantic decisions. In trying to control the narrative, they create two conflicting ones. Their attempts to build a marble statue only highlight the cracks in the plaster. To understand William's supposed strategy, just look across the Atlantic. Much of what's presented as bold leadership is really a frantic reaction to whatever Harry is doing. It's less statesmanship, more sibling rivalry on the world stage. When Harry and Meghan launch a new venture, we get a flurry of reports about William's own groundbreaking work. When Harry gives an interview, there's a counter-briefing about William quietly getting on with the job. It's a reactive, twitchy style. He's not steering the ship, he's spinning the wheel every time another boat appears. William's direction changes with every headline about his brother. The media loves it, constantly framing William's actions in the context of Harry. But this constant comparison undermines William, suggesting he can't be judged on his own merits. His identity as future king is tied to being the not Harry, the good son, the one who stayed. It's a narrative that makes him seem like a supporting character in his own story. The rivalry-driven approach explains the randomness of it all. Instead of a grand vision, we get leadership by mood swing. The slimmed-down monarchy is sold as a clever strategy, but it's really a crisis in disguise. The palace claims it's a masterstroke of forward planning, but the monarchy isn't shrinking by choice. It's shrinking because people are leaving. It's like claiming your house is open plan after a wall collapses. Prince Andrew was asked to step back, then Harry and Meghan left. The monarchy didn't get smaller by design. It got smaller because it became less appealing. Presenting this exodus as strategy is audacious PR spin. The working royals are now a dwindling band of mostly elderly relatives. The idea that this was William's grand design is laughable. It wasn't a strategic cull, it was a series of unforced errors and scandals. Their rebranding failure is a feature. The slimmed-down narrative is chaos rebranded as modernization. Claiming you're turning a sinking ship into a submarine isn't strategy, it's panic. The shrinking monarchy isn't a testament to vision, it's a symptom of dysfunction. For a man groomed as a future head of state, William's image is less calm statesman, more angry dad who can't work the remote. The official narrative is poise and dignity, but leaks tell a different story: fierce temper, shouting matches, chaos. The contradiction is jarring staged photo ops of empathy, then stories of him going ballistic over minor slights. These two versions can't coexist. One is a performance, and it's clear which. The serene prince facade is shattered by reports of fury. Leaks about his anger are the most damaging, contradicting the monarchy's brand of calm. A king is supposed to be above the fray, not bouncing off the walls. The palace tries to spin his passion as commitment, but it's like selling a volcano as a gentle fireplace. The anger and chaos aren't features of a modern monarch, they're signs of a man under pressure. No amount of glossy PR can hide that the statesman in training seems permanently on the verge of a tantrum. In the end, what does this all tell us about the monarchy's future? The palace wanted to present William as a mighty oak, a symbol of strength and tradition, carefully pruned for a new century. Instead, we get the chaos gardener, a man bewildered by the tools he's been handed. He revs the chainsaw to trim a rosebush, tries to chop down a dead tree with a watering can. The gap between PR spin and reality is now a chasm. The constant comparisons to Harry reveal deep insecurity. William's relevance isn't a given. It must be manufactured, headline by headline. The more the palace insists on his importance, the more they signal their fear he might not be important at all. The palace wanted a fairy tale of a wise young king, but told a cautionary tale of a prince who locked himself out of the kingdom. The mighty oak is looking decidedly shaky.
And that wraps our daily diaries updates. Harry and Meghan always keep the world talking. And if you enjoy this update, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and for more royalty subbed with honesty, just right here on Daily Diaries Friday. Till next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep shining. See you next time with more royal news and good vibe. Bye bye.